What's up everyone, this is Tom, and this is the iPhone 5C. The iPhone 5C is actually a little unique because it's a totally new product which consists of an old product. Instead of slashing the price of the existing iPhone 5 when the 5S was released, Apple switched things up and introduced the iPhone 5C instead, resulting in them discontinuing the iPhone 5. For this reason, the iPhone 5C and the 5 have enormous amounts of similarities and one very significant difference. Gone are the sleek, stylish, mirrored aluminium edges found on the iPhone 5 and 5S, replaced with a polycarbonate, aka plastic, rear housing, which gives the iPhone 5 its C, as they come in a wide variety of colours. Some of these colours are a lot more subtle than others, but this is obviously the main attraction for people who want to pick one up over something more contemporary like the iPhone 5S. In terms of the build, the iPhone 5C is essentially the same dimensions as the now departed iPhone 5, although it is ever so slightly deeper and just a tad heavier too. With this being said, I've always felt that the iPhone 5 or the 5S are a little too light, and I feel that the weight of the 5C is a happy medium between that and the 4 and 4S weight. The iPhone 5C shouldn't be classified by anyone as a cheap alternative to the iPhone 5S. It is just that, an alternative. The 5C still feels exceptional to hold, and I'd stretch to say even more ergonomic than the iPhone 5S. The rounded unibody design present the feeling of quality that has long time been associated with Apple products. Talking about that cheap thing a little bit more, it's important to remember that the 5C isn't actually that cheap at all. We half expected Apple to actually come out with a somewhat budget smartphone to establish their presence in developing markets, but in the end the 5C was shown, coming in at £469 here in the UK or $549 in the US for a 16GB handset. It's definitely clear that the 5C is a choice instead of the 5S rather than as well. The iPhone 5C is of course running Apple's newest operating system, iOS 7, and it feels almost like it was specifically designed for the phone this colourful. Whether you're referring to the fluid nature of the operating system, or the default wallpapers that come matching the colour of the 5C you have, or the crazy or somewhat disorienting transitions between interface screens, the iPhone 5C feels like it lives and breathes iOS 7, and I prefer to use it on here than I do the 5 or the 5S. Apart from that, nothing much more has changed with the iPhone 5C. It's a new phone, but it's an old phone at the same time. Both cameras are slightly better, with improved low light performance, and the battery life should last a little bit longer, but other than that, it's a 5 in a new wrapper. If you're familiar with the iPhone 5, the 5C is not going to surprise you all that much past its initial appearance. I was actually expecting to hate the iPhone 5C. I've owned an iPhone 5, a Samsung Galaxy S4, an HTC One in recent months, now I own the iPhone 5S, and I was of the opinion that the quote-unquote cheap iPhone alternative would be something for children and nothing much more. To be honest, I should have had a little bit more faith in Apple. If there's anything about their company ethos, it's that they don't build poor or substandard products on purpose. The iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S are two totally different phones and are trying to occupy two totally different markets. If colours aren't an attraction to you, you definitely need to buy the 5S. The extra addition in price tag is more than justified by the additional feature set. With this being said, if you're looking for an ever so slightly cheaper handset and are interested in having a bright and sunny smartphone, the iPhone 5C is going to be a hard one to beat.